Morning, friends. Happy fall, y'all, if that's your thing. I'm definitely an autumn girl. I love it. This is actually the first morning where it's pretty chilly here in Philly, and got a little sweater on. I've got a long sleeve. I've got my autumn theme. I love it. So, welcome to October. I'm Carolyn. If you're new here to Patreon, I'm the creator behind Girly Junk, and I like to keep it junky and funky. So I wanted to go through the month. I do have on the back of a check, I wrote some notes of things I wanted to go over. So first off, let's congratulate the winner from last month's Strawberry Trading Card. That's Julie G. I loved your card. It was just cute. It was kitschy. It was sweet, dainty. I loved it. So you're the winner. I'm printing your medal actually as we speak. So you'll be getting that in the mail. So congratulate Julie G. She won this last month's competition. So everyone just got their September mailer. I mail at the end of my months. So we collabed with the Polka Dotted Bee. Don't forget, go get your digital over at the Polka Dotted Bee to create your journal. And the competition for this month going through October 21st will be the junk charm competition. So I know everyone's into Halloween and everyone's moved on, but we do have this competition for the junkiest, funkiest charm. So, I'll change the chat and you can start putting some photos up for that. I absolutely love it. Look at this Tupperware mug. So cute. Oh, anyways, and then go to the Polka Dotted Bee. She's going to have that digital for that single signature. You can make a little journal, and then that commemorates this month for going back to school. I love this month. This was such a cute, kitschy, I don't know. It was fun for me. And I have kids who still go back to school, so it's a little nostalgic. All right, so that's that. That's this. Everyone should have either received or still receiving their mailer from me. And I hope you guys enjoy that. What else do we have? Put all my good things back. I don't want to lose them. We did the winner. We talked about the mailer. This is October, so we are in Scooby full on. So Scooby started today. If you purchase that kit, make sure you get that journal made. And we're going to post things in the chat. I believe this week is going to be me going into just some prompts. We have Retazos y Recuerdos joining in 1 week. She has some digitals and some activities to make. We have the Polka Dotted Bee 1 week. We have Kitten and Kitsch, and we have Crafty Mommy. So each week I'll post where we're going to be headed to, and you're going to go to their sites, and they're going to have some activity or a download or a digital or something that we're going to do for our Scooby kits. Okay? So y'all have seen mine. I'm in love. I think I just absolutely love the fact that I have a little like elastic spot for my magnifying glass. The fact that this works is just, yes, I love it. And of course mine is a storage journal, so it opens this way. It's got great stuff to store. I have journal pages in here. Today's first prompt was about your invitation. I put mine in here. And then all the way in the back, I do have another folder section, folder, and places to store some fun things like my mini masks. So, okay. So, went over Scooby Dooby Doo. Appreciate these charms. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, junky, funky. So fun. What else do we have coming up this month? On the 12th is our Jack and Jill Journal Club kit class. So if you purchased that in the shop, that was a Wishin' book and a Jack and Jill vintage magazine from the 60s. So that was a journal kit that went out, and we're going to have our class on Zoom. It's a small group. I think there's about 5 or 6 of us, and we're going to create these cute signature journals using our vintage Wishin' book and our vintage ephemera coming from that magazine. So it's an elastic journal. I think if this turns out well, I do have enough magazines that I can probably do another kit. I don't have more Wishin' books though, folks, so we're going to have to switch it up. But I do have a bunch of those Jack and Jill magazines. If people are interested, we could probably do another round of these classes. And it's just a cute, kitschy, I think of these more of ornamental journals. I mean, you could definitely use them, but they're more just pieces of vintage ephemera and stuff that's real delicate. So it's hard to, for me to cover it, and it's also just to glue things to. I like to collect them. So Super cute. We're going to be doing that in a class on the 12th. What else do we got going on? This month, so even though we have Scooby Dooby Doo, I do have a theme for this month for October, and I do have a mailer going out for this, and that is Hairspray. Hairspray, the 1988 version, the 1980s version with Divine, and Ricky Lake was probably one of my favorite movies growing up. And here we are in October, fun to dress up. I think that's one of my favorite movies I like to watch during this month. It's not necessarily Halloween-y, but to me, it's colorful and it's nostalgic, and it's just something this time of year I like to sit down and watch. So Hairspray is going to be my theme for this month. Not Halloween at all, but I've got Scooby Halloween going on. I wanted to do something different, and everybody's got a Halloween theme going on. So let's keep it different. We're going to be doing Hairspray. So the upper tiers, we're going to be decorating records and having a record decorating competition, which I think is super fun. So that'll be cute. And then we're just getting real funky. So we've got some fun charms going out. I got a real fun acrylic made for that Hairspray can. I love it. I love it so much, this theme coming up. And I just love the era too. So like that 60s, 70s vibe was just so cute and fun and kitschy to me. So that's what's coming up. This theme is Hairspray. Moving into November, I'll be doing a Durrani actually gave me kind of an idea for this, but we're going to be doing a self-reflection box, and that's going to be the theme for the month, where we do a focus on ourselves and some inner reflection, and that'll be the theme around the boxes and what everyone gets. So that'll be fun going into November. I did just make my new creative journal using my method of tearing pages out. The accordion style compositions got to go. I don't understand why these huge, massive books are appealing. They're not to me. I love the size of when I journal, I like the size of a composition book. I like this size to journal in. And when I journal, I tend to cover my page first when I journal. So I put a foundation page down and then I journal. So what that's doing is adding a lot of bulk to my book specifically. So, and as I do it, as I journal, I don't need to do it ahead of time. And a lot of times I add my own trim on when I'm doing my spread for the day. So I don't washi tape pages together either. So I don't glue. There's no need to. I'm going to be gluing on top of this with my foundation page when I journal. And I don't washi because it's time consuming. It's taxing. I have no time for that. And I usually put my own, I either am covering it when I'm doing my journaling or I'm putting my own trim on it anyway. So it really is kind of unnecessary for me to do washi. So that's just me. I also stapled this puppy in. No need to fricking sew a darn thing. It made this super fast. Just get yourself one of these really long staplers. $10 on Amazon, guys. Okay, and what it allows you to do is to get your entire book all the way to the middle, and then 3 staples held all of these pages in perfectly. And again, once I start bulking this up, you know, it's going to fill in. It seems light now, but it's not. It's going to fill in quite nicely. And I'm super excited. And I think also, I love to make a journal, and I don't want to be journaling in that same journal for such a long time. So 2-3 months in one journal, I'm bored of it already. I want to make a new one. I want to move on. So this way I can actually use a lot of the journals or make new ones depending on, you know, what I'm using them for or whatever. So this is specifically a creative journal. I don't call it junk journaling because that's not what it is. I tend to just use ephemera from an assorted amount of places. It's not just receipts or coffee things or things like that. I tend to not like to use much of any of that in these type of journals. I like to use these for creative. I tend to pick a color theme. I tend to pick sometimes it's a theme, like maybe it's a woman empowerment theme and I'm doing spreads based on that. Sometimes maybe it's a woodland theme or birds. So really, when I go do a creative spread, it's not really junk journaling. So I don't really like to call it that. I like to call it creative journaling. So creative book. This is a piece of fabric. This is one of those frames you can get at Hobby Lobby. I think it's like a 5-pack. You kind of just add self-adhesive on. You can paint them too if you want to change them. I did a really nice, burlappy trim. It's nice and textured. This is duct tape for the back. This is a velvet ribbon. I just love the color. I love the plaid. I want it to be kitschy, but also kind of Christmassy, but not full on Christmas yet either. I love it. I'm obsessed. And then don't even get me started on the charm, y'all, because I think Amaryllis gave me this for a Retazo swap. This was from a Michelle charm that I stole and put on this charm. There's that acrylic that I made for this month's mailer. I love it. Girly junk. And then this is an Ashley acrylic. So all of them just... oh, look at that green butterfly too, y'all. They just complement this so well, and it looks so sweet. So this is the beginning of my memory charm. A memory charm. So by the time this is done, it'll be junky and funky. But I love just the colors and how it all kind of matches. It's a little retro-y. Let me stop talking about this journal, y'all, because I think I'm a little obsessed. All right, one of the last things I want to talk about is my upgrade and drill for my charms. I was using this guy. I know a lot of you probably seen it on Amazon. It's super cheap. It's wireless. When charged, it's great. It's not the most powerful, but it works for the most part pretty good. However, when I find I'm using these acrylics that everyone's into, and secretly me too, I have a little obsession myself. You need something a little more powerful. So I upgraded to this guy. Definitely more powerful. Also wireless, and this one's going to get you through that acrylic a little faster than this puppy. Or what's going to happen is this one's going to wear out super fast. So upgrade, get yourself the next level up. This is also on Amazon. Maybe $20. Comes with a kit, a pouch, bunch of heads, things like that. And it's pink. So okay, I think that's covered everything, y'all. Yeah, we did Scooby. We talked about the winner. We talked about this month's mailer that went out, or last month's mailer that's now out, this month coming. We covered the Jack and Jill Club, which is coming up on the 12th. Look for that Zoom if you purchase that class, Jack and Jill Club. Oh, the last thing I wanted to talk about before we head out here today is look out for the Girly Junkyard sale, because I'm moving my space. This may be the last time I film in here. But now that my son's moved out, we are painting the 3rd floor, and I'm going to be moving some of my stuff out of this room. I'll be leaving this just as a creative space for creating, but moving a lot of my memorable stuff that I like, my special things, up to a different space that's easier to film in. It's brighter. I'm really excited. But in that move, I'm going to be clearing house on a ton of stuff that I have in here. So what I'm going to be having in the next, I'd say you have to give me till after Camp Bevan, which is in October, like the 16th, after Camp Bevan. So I would say sometime late October, early November, I'm going to have the Girly Junkyard sale. And it'll just be stuff at a really low cost that you guys can purchase if you want, whether it's ephemera, whether it's trinkets, charms, extra stuff just from mailers. I've like extra parasols and things that are just left over that at this point I don't, I'd love for y'all, if anybody wants it, you can take it. If not, I'll probably donate it to a local arts and craft area if I can't find the need for it, or the space, y'all, the space. So okay, I think that's it. I don't really have much more. I feel like I filmed this like so many times, I can't even remember if we've done everything. So one last time, Scooby, that starts. Get into that chat. Make sure you're a member of the Polka Dotted Bee, Crafty Mommy, Kitten and Kitsch, and Retazos y Recuerdos, so that we can all get together and get those activities. Go over to the Polka Dotted Bee, get your mailer, digital single signature journal make, get in your charm, into the charm competition. Look forward to, oh my god, Hairspray coming out this month. Super duper cute. Cannot wait. Upgrade your tool if necessary. See you at the Jack and Jill class on the 12th. And happy crafting, y'all. Have a great day.